Welcome to another episode of DeBunkai, where we're taking commonly passed down applications and putting them to the test. Can we make them work? In today's episode, we want to take a look at Kushanku, also practiced under as Kanku-Dai. Now, this is a very important kata and has a lot of applications built within it. It's a very long kata, and really, it's probably the heart and soul of some people's practice. So we want to give this kata some respect. But we can't do all of the applications, obviously, in this video. We will probably actually have multiple applications pulled from here in future episodes. The one I want to take a look at first, though, in today, is where you spin your body, you drop down into a low stance, a kokutsudachi, you throw this Gedamburai movement low, and you come over top with a high elbow, or in some practices, they have it as almost like the back fist. So we're going to take a look at that. If you've watched any of our stuff before, you probably know we don't subscribe to the theory that you're one opponent and you have multiple attackers around you that are attacking from different directions. However, there are still some people that practice that way, and their application to this move would be you strike one, another person comes in behind, you're moving out of the way of their attack while you're finishing off the first person. So, just for fun, let's take a look at what that looks like. One of the things you'll notice is as I'm attacking that first attacker, unless I really create some sort of space, I have nowhere to lean back into. If anything, I lean into his chest, and that puts me in a worse situation. So not only am I up against a barrier, that barrier is also striking me at the same time as the other attackers coming in. So let's throw that out. I don't think that's the right approach to this, and let's look at some of the other applications. Now, this technique can actually be found in a lot of different kata, but if you're a Wado person, you probably have come across a Shingo Ogami book, like the ones featured over here, the red or blue book, that go through the application of either the kata or the basics of Wado and the 9 original kata that were a part of our style. So there's a clip from Kushanku that explains this movement as you're dropping down, getting distance away from the opponent, and at the same time hooking your leg in behind their front leg, so that as you draw up and use the strength of your adductor muscles, the muscles on the inside of your thigh, you're pulling them in off balance. So let's take the directional turn right out of the picture, and let's just go off with a move of dodging out of the way, hooking your foot, and pulling the person in. Here's a snippet of it here. What you'll see here is I don't actually have the strength to draw up and pull his leg with me. He's weight bearing on that leg. It's not like he's on his toes or leaning back. Unless I've done something to create a weight imbalance for me to pick that leg, it's not going to happen. It doesn't matter how many squats or lunges I do. I won't have the strength. All right? I don't have the thigh master to really build those leg muscles up, nor will I ever be able to. So I don't think that this draw in sweep motion is a good application. It does resemble, though, in something that's practiced in many styles as a leg pick. And again, we would have to create some sort of movement from it first. But as I draw in punch, I could actually be picking up the leg and taking the person off balance, as shown here. And I do think that this could work. It is still a dangerous situation, though. And the reason why I think it's a dangerous situation is because they can just chop down my knee. As soon as I draw back and go low in that stance, they're just going to use that chance to get on top and do some destruction, or collapse my knee immediately. So with that being said, you can make this move work as a leg pick. I don't think it's a high volume of success in the setup application that we've got from Kushanku. So I don't think that this is the right approach yet either. Now, one of the things that we could be taking it as, though, is the reason we're changing direction is because we're hooking around the person's head after we've done our initial block and strike and kick out the knee. So here's these applications being put to the test, first slowly and then hard. Now these work nicely, all right? And this is one that actually originally I saw off of Ian Abernethy's content. And this is a really nice move and very effective, and it's simple. All right, so this one definitely is probably a better approach to what that drop down movement is. Now, as I said before, we practice this where we drop low into our stance, And a lot of times I think that's come from stylization as things have progressed over the years. But I'm not sure on this move. I actually feel like for the most part, it's come from a very low stance and been passed down along. So, you know, as much as the reaching around the back of the head and doing the clubbing really works nicely, it doesn't match or mimic the low stance. We do have a throw option that I think this resembles and could easily be applied in this situation, where we bring the person around and almost do like a baseball bat throw over top of the outstretched leg. And it's a reason that we have to dive deep into that stance and really stretch over to get the person around. So take a look at that move here and let us know what you think. Lots of power comes off of that. It's a really great throw, and it does mimic, you know, your as you're swinging around, your hand positioning coming around, and then giving you the space to get back. So we really like this option. It's one that we want to keep working on and keep practicing and applying it in all sorts of situations, not just off of the punch, but also off of a grapple, a grab, anything that may come about. So all in all, moving away from the opponent, ducking down, you know, not the right application in our opinion. However, the neck hold or throw are two great options for this move in Kushanku. Let us know what you think. Hit the like button, share it. Tell us what you do in this combination, in this move, and let us know what works for you.